Hi guys, I'm Pacific, and welcome back to another episode of Battlefield 1 commentaries. This time, we're not going to talk about Battlefield 1. We're going to talk about how I hate it when people, I don't care if they're old, they're middle-aged, or young, when they tell you that video games are the bane of society and that our generation is lost because of them. I recently came home from a vacation for Christmas, and I got to spend time with some of my family members, and we have different opinions on lots of things, you know, just basically everything. And one of the things that we have a difference of opinions about is video games. Now, I personally I've actually done a research paper on this, so between literally everyone in my family, I am the one who is the most informed about this topic. And the family members I spent time with, they do not research anything, or, like, when they hear something they don't like, they're like, la 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 la, I'm not listening to you, you're disagreeing with me, okay, now here's why I'm right, because I disagree with you, you know? So, really, arguing with them was just like talking to a brick wall that could insult you, but they share one of them at least shares the opinion that video games are extremely bad for you. I was talking, and they were like, I was like, talking about all this video game stuff. I was like, you know, I really like it, I get to talk with my friends, da-da-da, and they're like, what's wrong with going outside? And then they went on this whole thing, they started to at least, about video games being bad, right? You sit there, you do absolutely nothing. The standard arguments. And this has happened, this individual, has discussed these points before. So, some stuff they didn't say, some stuff they did say, and I will admit, all their arguments I will end up putting into this one memory because I can't remember the exact arguments they gave and didn't give, so bear with me here. But this person's talking about video games, they're bad, they're killing society. Sometimes they've actually talked about killing society. They didn't do this in this particular trip. And they didn't research anything. They have this opinion that video games are killing us and damaging us. And what have they done to research what they're talking about? Nothing. They've done nothing to research if they're bad, if they're good, if they're neutral to society. And I hate it when people do that, because what they don't understand is video games, you can get addicted to them. Obviously, sitting down in a chair for 4 hours is unhealthy. Playing video games for extended periods of time can give you bad hand syndromes like carpal tunnel, right? But the amount of good things video games do to someone without mental issues is amazing. I mean, first of all, you have the hand-eye coordination, which is a given. Like, you kind of need that for cooking. You need that if you are going into a job with typing. You need that to be a better driver. If you have bad hand-eye coordination, you cannot drive. And obviously, that's a given when you play video games. But what happens is you get better at dealing with massive amounts of information faster. So, for example, if, let's say, let's put this into math terms. I don't know how video games help you with math, but let's just say the average person can solve two simple addition problems every 10 seconds. So 2 plus 2, 4. 1 plus 3, 4. And in 10 seconds they solve 2 of those. A gamer, if it was in math terms, would be able to deal with 4 in 10 seconds. So 2 plus 2, 4. 1 plus 3, 4. 4 plus 0, 4. 0 plus 4, 4. You know, they're bam, 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 bam. Because what happens when you play a video game is I have to deal with everything on the screen right now, as well as all the possibilities of what's happening on the screen right now, as well as all the things that are not happening and could be happening on the screen right now, and things that are happening off the screen. So for instance, I am chasing the dude I was shooting at. I now have no idea where he is, which he is right there, and I had to look for him using a system of however I choose to look for this guy. And then I also have to think about their spawn, which is is right here. They could also be coming towards me. So then that puts a time limit on me. Then how am I going to deal with the people coming towards me? Obviously I was being dumb and I was jumping around like a rabbit. But all those things make it so people that play specifically first-person shooter games get this better. Better at dealing with information super fast and in bigger amounts. This in turn makes it so that people that play action video games are also better at driving, because they could deal with the massive amounts of information you get when you drive better. Therefore, if you have better drivers means less accidents, and less accidents mean death. Less death. Not more death, less death. Of course, there's all sorts of little things like your eyes have better reflexes. You're better at picking things out. You're better at actually tracking more objects at once. So I'm able to look at, basically I'm able to look at 6 things at once instead of 3 or whatever. Which in turn helps with driving, specifically. It's just, all these things, by the way, all this superstition came from the Columbine shooting, which you all very much know, probably, the Columbine shooting, and these people said they played action video games and trained with it. Then, this dude in the 90s and early 2000s was like, hey, we should research if video games actually have effects on us negatively, which is totally reasonable. In the late 2000s, research happened and they were like, oh, violence in video games causes us to be violent. And then in the 2010s, everyone realized that research was all bullshit. So thank you guys for watching this episode, Battlefield 1 commentaries. If you enjoyed, tell me in the comments below. If you have to deal with retards telling you that video games kill us or whatever, conspiracy theories against video games, share those stories in the comments below. Share your opinions in the comments below. Researched opinions. I don't want to hear non-researched opinions. I hate, just for this specific topic though, because I've researched it. Generally my standard for discussing things is, if the discussion is well researched, I expect everything else to be well researched. If it is not, I expect everything else to be not researched at all. Subscribe if you're new, because I will be doing more Battlefield 1 commentaries on my Pacific. See you all in the next episode of whatever I decide to make.